This is going to be the first how to use Pokemon video for Sun and Moon, and it's going to be on Mimikyu, the most broken Pokemon I've ever seen in my life, next to Marshadow. I looked at Marshadow this morning, and I saw its signature move. That boy needs to never come out in the open, because he's going to get shot down. That move isn't... So, if you don't know what Marshadow's signature move is, it's basically a physical attack with 90 power and 100 accuracy. And what it does is he steals the opponent's stat changes, and then hits them. Am I the only one who thinks that's a little OP? I mean, I don't know. Outspeed an Xerneas, steal its stats, nuke it? I mean, come on. That's a little unfair. But anyway, Mimikyu is completely broken also, just because of the disguise ability. That's why Mimikyu is the best setup Pokemon of this generation, because it basically gives you one free turn of setup, no matter what you're facing. It's like, oh, they're gonna attack me with a Snorlax using the Z-Power. Okay, disguise. Come at me. I'm gonna die, then re-come back. And when we look at its weaknesses, it's only got two. Ghost and Steel. Like, that's best ever. Because not a lot of people are gonna send a Ghost and Steel against a Mimikyu during the 7th generation format, because there's not gonna be a lot of Ghost and Steels in the 7th generation format. Most people are gonna be using not Ghost and Steels. I mean, some people might still be using Ghost moves on a Mimikyu or a Decidueye, but that's not really gonna mean anything if the Mimikyu gets its setup off first. So, Mimikyu's ability is Disguise, and what that does is, once per battle, the shroud that covers the Pokemon can protect it from an attack. Not a Stealth Rock or a status attack, but an attack. So it's like protecting you from a punch, but not from the effect. So, when we look at Mimikyu's stats, we see it's a basic, pretty good Pikachu ripoff. Like, those are very similar stats as Pikachu. That we got the 90 in the attack, 105 special defense, 96 speed. We can already tell that's going to be a physical attacker, just because 50 special attack is going to get you absolutely nowhere. But anyway, when we go into Pokemon Showdown, I think there's really only one definitive way to run Mimikyu. But let's just go ahead and see. Because there's really only one way that I found that works incredibly well, and other ways kind of just misuse the disguise ability and let him get killed. So, this set is basically a free cookie set, where Mimikyu basically gives your opponent a free Thunder Wave on them, and then it sets up in turn to destroy them. So, what we have on this Mimikyu is we have Leftovers, we've got the disguise ability, and then we have Thunder Wave, Bulk Up, Destiny Bond, and Play Rough. I'm going to explain all of those. And then we just beef out the HP and the attack completely with an Adamant Nature. Because when you look at this, give him an Adamant Nature and you beef up his attack and HP, that's a very strong Pokemon. That 314 HP and 306 attack, that's going to do a lot of damage. If you can get a hit off. But anyway, going back to the moves, the reason I have Thunder Wave is because, like I said, his Disguise ability basically gives you one free turn of setup. So it's like, they send out their first Pokemon, then you can paralyze it with a Thunder Wave if they try to hit you, or if they're trying to set up. And then next turn, you can use Bulk Up, or Play Rough, or Destiny Bond, or whatever. But what I would do is I would use Thunder Wave, and then use Bulk Up, since Bulk Up beefs your attack and defense, so basically giving yourself a little more leeway to be able to survive. And then I have Destiny Bond, because if your opponent does somehow manage to break through your shield and your paralysis on him, and he manages to try and land a hit, and it almost kills you, then next turn you can just Destiny Bond in the hopes that he will kill you, and take his opponent down with you. Because when you send out a Mimikyu, its effect only works once per battle. So you use a Mimikyu one turn, they lose that Pokemon that you paralyze, they send in something, you draw a Mimikyu, send out something else, and then, when you send Mimikyu back in, you can just Destiny Bond in the hopes that they'll take it down. And Destiny Bond's also used for stuff like Xerneas, that you go up against an Xerneas, oh, it uses Geomancy, okay, guess what, you use Geomancy first turn, I'm gonna Thunder Wave that, That way you go after me, and then I'm going to Destiny Bond. So, I get the priority, and you get to sit there and watch me win. Because a lot of people, when they use Xerneas, they rely on Geomancy too much. That they hope that Geomancy will just be a one-turn use, and then you can just one-hit KO the rest of your opponent's team. Xerneas isn't that good. Xerneas definitely has a fallback to it, that it can definitely be taken down. But anyway, that's basically, in my opinion, one of the only ways to use Mimikyu. If you guys know any other good ways, let me know down in the comments, because this is basically a universal set I've seen running around. And I thought of this, actually, last night when I was playing Pokemon Sun, because I saw Thunder Wave on its move list, and I'm like, oh, that is good. That is good. I can get a free setup turn. But anyway, hopefully you guys like this video, and hopefully you guys want to use Mimikyu now. If you did, and if you do, go ahead and slap the like button as always, and I will see you guys later.